It's time for baseball on MLB Network. Opening day is here as we get the new season underway with a good matchup between the Colorado Rockies and the Miami Marlins. Hello again, everybody. Baseball is back. Welcome to our special opening day broadcast on MLB Network. I'm joined by Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac. The staffs for these two teams are sure to be a focal point as this series moves along.
Just like any team, pitching is going to be a key factor for this ball club as the year plays out. I'm sure the staff will have its ups and downs, but if they can pitch like they can, I think this team is going to be pretty successful.
Baseball the game's on MLB Network. Starting now. Opening day is here as we get the new season underway with a good matchup between the Colorado Rockies and the Miami Marlins. Hello again, everybody. Baseball is back. Welcome to our special opening day broadcast on MLB Network. I'm joined by Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac. The staffs for these two teams are sure to be a focal point as this series moves along.
Just like any team, pitching is going to be a key factor for this ball club as the year plays out. I'm sure the staff will have its ups and downs.
Let's listen in to public address announcer Alex
Miniak. Is going to be pretty succcessful.
The game's count starting now. Opening day on MLB Network, and it's coming up next.
Miami Marlins.
Quickly now, a look at the two men who are entrusted with the starting pitching assignment here to begin the new year. And a chance now to check out the visiting Colorado Rockies. Getting close to what do you have on this lineup as they go for their first win? To public address announcer Alex Miniak.
One thing, it would be, let's get on this guy early. Day game in this ballpark, the sun starts glaring, starts getting later in the day, those shadows start creeping in right around the time that bullpen starts getting warmed up. Gotta find a way to scratch a few across early.
Carlos Carrasco gets the call to pitch here on opening day in front of the hometown look at the two men who are entrusted with the starting pitching assignment here to begin the new year.
Right now, solid win total from last year, and he'd like to win a whole bunch of games in this new season.
And a chance now to check out the visiting Colorado Rockies.
Beginning of the season,
Mark, what do you have on this lineup as they go for their first win?
To the end.
Well, Matty, if I could tell this lineup one thing, it would be, let's get on this guy early. Day game in this ballpark, the sun starts glaring, starts getting later in the day, those shadows start creeping in right around the time that bullpen starts getting warmed up.
Here comes perhaps the fastest man in baseball as Billy Hamilton strides forward to get this ball game underway. Gets the call to pitch here on opening day in front of the hometown crowd. Dan, any thoughts?
We're looking at one of the top pitchers in the league right now.
He's ready. Here's the first offering
from last year.
Line drive
and he'd
to
like to win a whole bunch of games in this new season. He's a good pitcher, and he normally pitches good at the beginning of the season, and he didn't miss it. Just wasn't able to steer it in a direction interesting to see what kind of start he gets off to this year.
Here comes perhaps the fastest man in baseball as Billy Hamilton strides forward to get this ball game underway. And it's belted high and deep into right center. Margot ranging back, and just short of a home run, this ball's off the wall. Here's the first offering. Line drive to center field. But he is hit right there, one down.
You'll see right there that this is a shot to right center, and the fielder can't cut it off. He was turning those legs on the base pass, making it direction that resulted in a leadoff hit.
Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. Previous battles with Carlos Carrasco. He's hitting .435. Ranging taking him deep once. And just short of a home run, this ball's off the wall. The relay. But he is in there with a triple.
You'll see right there that this is a shot to right center, and the fielder can't cut it off. He was turning those legs on the base pass, making it to third with a triple.
On a line to shortstop. But the runner is back to avoid the double play.
Batting fourth, the right fielder for three,
Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. Previous battles with Carlos Carrasco. Next will be the cleanup hitter, Bryce Harper. He's taken in scoring position with two gone. First pitch of the at-bat. On a line to shortstop, but the runner is back to avoid the double play. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Harper swings and hits it very well to right. And out of here. And I mean by plenty. That ball was crushed. Next will be the cleanup hitter, Bryce Harper. Runner in scoring position with two home run here for Bryce Harper. First home run of the campaign for him as the Rockies have taken a 2-0 lead.
No doubt an impressive home run, so we'll employ Show Track for a more in-depth look. 112 miles an hour was the exit velocity off the bat.
Here's the 0-0
why it ended up having the impressive distance that it did.
Well to right. And out of here. And I mean by plenty. That ball was crushed.
That is big. The third base.
A two-run home run here for Bryce Harper. That'll bring up the home run of the campaign for Alex as the Rockies have taken a 2-0 lead. Smoked, carrying to deep left, and it's out of here.
No doubt an impressive home run, so we'll employ Show Track for a more in-depth look. 112 miles an hour was the exit velocity off the bat, so it's no wonder why it ended up having the impressive distance that it did.
For him, and the Rockies have now taken a 3-0 lead.
Hey, you come out of spring training feeling pretty good about your swing, and how about this? Your first at-bat of the year.
And that'll bring up the former first-rounder Alex Bregman.
First at-bat,
now that
home
ball
run,
is
not a bad way to start.
Carrying to deep left, and it's out of here. Back-to-back two-out home runs.
The first base, number 35.
So that'll bring in the National League rookie shot for Alex Bregman. First home run of the campaign for him, and the Rockies have now taken a 3-0 exceptional command on the mound to go with it. A rare combination, but one that makes him one of the best in our sport.
Pretty good about your swing, and how about this? He doesn't first a whole lot of the year. Well, if you don't walk a lot of guys, that means you have to throw the ball in the strike zone. Home run, not a bad way to start. Stuff like this guy has, he racks up the strikeouts. There aren't a lot of guys that get strikeouts by throwing the ball in the strike zone. This is one of the few that does it.
Hey, this pitcher better make an adjustment. That's a lot of loud contact. That's
has both great strikeout
in the first inning
and
to open up
exceptional
this game.
command on the mound to go with it. A rare combination, but one that makes him one of the best in our sport.
Matty V, you talked about it. He doesn't walk a whole lot of guys. Well, if you don't walk a lot of guys, that means you have to throw the ball in the strike zone.
And here's Ronald Acuna Jr.
Like this guy has,
as he rips it on the ground to second. And the inning will continue as that's through for a two-out hit.
Nice execution right there, Dan. Kept his front shoulder in. This pitcher better make hands inside the baseball and rip the base hit up the middle.
And if you're a pitcher right there, you can't get discouraged. Sometimes even when you make a good pitch, the ball's going to find a hole somewhere. That one right up the middle.
Here's the catcher, Yasmani Grandal. He's got a chance to add on to what's already been a big inning for them. And here's Ronald Acuna Jr. now
on the board
as he rips it on the ground to second. And the inning will continue as that's through for a two-out hit.
Nice execution right there, Dan. Kept his front shoulder in, kept his hands inside the baseball, and ripped the base hit up the middle.
And if you're a pitcher right there, you can't
get
discouraged. Sometimes even when you make a good pitch,
the
ball's going to find a hole somewhere.
It's there. He's out trying to take third. Here's the catcher, Yasmani Grandal. He's got a chance. The inning is what's already been a two home runs in the inning, lead to 3 runs on the scoreboard.
Already
now to the bottom of inning number 1.
The issue
it's the Rockies 3, the Marlins coming up. You're
dugout.
watching Major League Baseball on MLB Network. Time now for a glance at the Marlins lineup card in this one. Mark, what's your take on him against one of the best hitters in the game?
Pitch swung out and looking for someone to step up right now. Down 3-1, someone's going to have to hit a gap with runners in scoring position. But all starts with the lead off guy. Find a way to execute and get himself on base. See if they can get a rally starting to get back in this.
Chris Sale is on the mound for the season opener on the road is coming up. You're watching Major League Baseball on MLB Network.
Looking at a guy
Time
that
now
knows
for
how
a
to
glance
pitch.
at the
Last
Marlins
year, his
lineup card in
ERA
this
was
one.
just under
Mark, what's your take on him against one of the best starters in the
and
game?
I would imagine
Well,
going
Matt, I'm
into
looking
the
for someone to
offseason,
step up
he's
right
looking
now.
to better
Down
that,
3
and
runs,
hopefully
someone's going to
he
have
gets
to hit a
off to
gap
good
with
start.
runners
We'll
in
see if
scoring
that starts
position.
in
It
this
all
one
starts
today.
with the leadoff guy,
so
here's find a way to execute and get himself on base, see if they can get a rally started and get back in this.
Chris Sale is on the mound for the season
Versatility is
opener
his
on
game.
the road in
The
this
bat
one.
plays
Dan
no matter
Plesac, what's the
where he
word on
hits in
him?
a lineup.
Hey, we're
But a
looking
guy
at a
who
guy
can
that
play
knows how to
Gold Glove
pitch.
first
Last year,
base
his
and
ERA
move
was
to the
just under
outfield.
3.5
Stepping in is
for the
Josh
season.
Reddick.
And I
He'll
would
lead things
imagine
off here
going
in the
into the
bottom half of the
offseason,
first.
he's looking to better that, and hopefully
First
he gets
delivery
off to
to
a
him
good
on
start.
the way.
We'll see if that starts in this one
Yanked
today.
the slider
All right, guys,
across
so here's
that
how the
time, laid
Colorado
off for a
Rockies set up
ball.
defensively.
Lifetime
The guy
against
I wanna
Chris
spot
Sale,
shadow
just
today
3 for
is
14.
Cody Bellinger.
1 and 1 to the
Versatility is
Marlins
his game.
leadoff hitter.
The bat
Sale,
plays no matter
the former
where
Red
he
Sox,
hits in a
he came
lineup.
here by
But a guy
way
who
of
can play
trade
Gold
earlier
Glove
this
first
year.
base. I know he told me he'd like to be playing a little
Stepping
bit
in is
better, but I
Josh
think it's
Reddick.
as
He'll lead things off
advertised
here
for
in the
this
bottom
ball
half
club
of the
right now. I
first.
think the manager is getting
First
exactly
delivery
what they
to him on
expected.
the way. That's popped up. Yanked the slider across that time, laid off
That's
for a
a
ball.
hit.
Their first of the
Lifetime
new
against
season.
Chris
Sale, just 3 for 14. 1 and 1
Boy,
to the
so
Marlins
frustrating as
leadoff
a
hitter.
pitcher. You make a
Sale,
quality pitch
the
on the
former Red
inside out.
Sox. He
Plate
came
right
here
there.
by way
Try
of
to bust
trade
him in,
earlier
D-Roll,
this
he
year.
fights it off the
I
other
know
way.
he told you typically to be playing a little bit better, but I think it's as advertised for this ball club right now. I think the manager is getting exactly what they expected.
That's popped up. Bregman into shallow
Standing
left.
in now,
Colin Moran.
That's a hit. Their
As
first
Sale
of
will
the
get
new
the
season.
upper hand to start the at-bat here at strike 1.
Boy, so
Fastball taken
frustrating
down
as
the
a
middle,
pitcher.
and that's
You make a
strike 2.
quality pitch on the inside
Well,
out.
clearly this guy doesn't need many warm-up pitches because he's 98 miles an hour in the first inning. Right there. He executed his pitch, but nice job by the offensive player.
So he sets him down swinging. Colin Moran
knocks
is retired for the first out here in the bottom half of the standing in now. Colin Moran at the plate. As Sale will get the upper hand to start the at-bat here at strike 1. Still at first and 1 gone. Taken down the middle, and that strikes the count.
Well, clearly this guy doesn't need
Now
many
a
warm-up
fastball for a
pitches because
called
he's
strike. It's
98
1 and
miles
1.
an hour in the first inning. Newsflash to the offense,
Fouled
they
away.
better get it going.
So he sets him down swinging. Colin Moran is retired for the first out here in the bottom half of the first. At the plate, Chris Jackson. And a swing and a miss as they go with the slider there, 2 1 gone. 1 ball, so he comes up empty in his first major league at-bat. Now a
I know he
fastball
was
for a called
expecting
strike.
more, but
It's
that's a
1-1.
win. If you can put the ball in play, your first big league
Fouled
AB,
away.
and you're able to get that adrenaline and the nerves out of you,
Reddick,
that's a
base
win
runner
right
at
there.
first with 1 out. And a swing and a miss as they got him with the slider there, 2 away. And he gets ahead here with a fastball in his first major league at-bat. Our umpires calling balls and strikes in this one, Mr. James Kingsley.
Hey, D-Roll, James Kingsley's a pretty good umpire. He doesn't get that adrenaline and the keeps things under emotions. He's a pretty good ball strike umpire.
Yeah, James Kingsley will never show you up, and he's always approachable.
Sale sets. Now the 0 pitch on the way. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Bregman has it. And there are our umpires calling balls plenty of time to decide Mr. James Kingsley.
Hey, D-Roll, James Kingsley's a pretty good umpire. He doesn't get too excited here. Keeps things under emotions. He's a pretty good ball and strike umpire.
Yeah, James Kingsley will never show you up, and he's always approachable.
Now the 0-2 pitch. This one's down to third. In for the Bregman has it. Yasmani Grandal. He'll get us started in the top of the second.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
First offering on its way. Striding in for the Rockies. Yasmani Grandal. He'll get us started in the top of the second.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly on its way. 1-2. No balls and a strike to count. Count remains at 0-2. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. The next 0-2. And he fouls this one off. Count count remains at 0-2. The 0-2 once more. All over that one. The next 0-2 in front. Foul ball. And he fouls this one off. Here's another 0-2. Hit hard but fouled toward first, so he'll come back and line it up again. The 0-2 once more.
6 fouls in a row. This is turning into one of those epic at-bats. Who's going to blink first? Is the pitcher going to continue to attack the zone, or is the hitter going to come outside it?
Another 0-2 coming. Here's another 0-2. To the right side, but hit hard, but so we'll see if he can straighten that back and line it up again.
7 foul balls 6 in a row. Okay, this is turning into one of those epic at-bats. Who's going to blink first? Is the pitcher going to continue to attack the zone, or is the hitter going to come outside it?
Another 0-2 coming. He pulls this one into right side, but fouled. So we'll see if he can straighten that out. As he snags this one for the first out of the inning.
Good contact to start out the inning.
Getting a little ridiculous.
Thought he might be on base with some sort of a hit, but
the pitcher
it hung
throws
up
the
there
rosin
too long.
bag at this one.
Just unlucky that time.
He pulls this one into right. Reddick is over to his left as he snags this one for the first out of the inning.
Now. Good contact to start out the inning.
Lines it out to center.
On base with some sort of a hit, but it hung up there too long. Just unlucky that time.
Wow.
Oh, and a highlight reel catch there, no doubt. He laid out to sacrifice his body, brought it in, and secured it all the way to the ground. You know his pitcher really appreciates an effort like that.
And he'll lay out to make a spectacular catch. Wow.
Oh, and a highlight reel catch there, no doubt. He laid out to sacrifice his body, brought it in, and secured it all the way to the ground.
The first pitch,
you know his pitcher really appreciates an effort like that.
Hit the ball hard, but lined out to start the ball game. Here's Billy Hamilton standing in to the right side. Go after the first pitch and he dives to make a spectacular he hit the ball hard, but lined out to start the ball game. End the inning. Worth a second look here, as this is a beauty to end the inning. Don't touch that remote. More on MLB Network. Line to the right side. And he dives to make a spectacular catch. What a play there to end the inning. Worth a second look here, as this is a beauty to end the inning. Don't touch that for the second.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
Striding in, Jurickson high in the air out to left field. 5, 6, and 7 here to start the home half of the second.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
Pulled high in the air out to left field. Now batting, Fernando Tatis Jr. as he'll get his first opportunity in this one.
Batting six.
First pitch of the at-bat.
Number 25.
And he throws the fastball by him here, 0-1. Now batting, Fernando Tatis Jr. as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control. First pitch of the at-bat.
I'd be shocked if you saw anything else but a fastball right here. He's blown those first 2 by him. Don't give this guy a chance to speed up his bat with something off speed.
Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control. 0-2. The 1-2.
I'd be shocked if you saw anything else but a fastball right here. He's blown those first 2 by him. Don't give this guy a chance to speed up his bat with something off speed.
Try again. 1-2. And he struck him out. The 1-2. And
it's always nice to keep a guy that has good wheels off base, and that's just what they did right there. Big strikeout, keep that guy off the base path.
And he struck him out.
It's always nice to keep a guy that has good wheels off base, and that's just what they did right there. Big strikeout,
keep that guy off the base path. First pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. He'll try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. And that'll bring up Manuel Margot. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Sale in to make something happen. Here it is on 0-2 in the bottom of the second. And a good 2-strike pitch, but he misses high. 1-2. Sale into the wind as this one's on 0-2. And he'll avoid the good 2-strike pitch, but he misses high. 1-2. That ends the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins.
They trail in this one.
This one's popped up, and he'll avoid the fragments out there to make the catch that ends the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins. They trail in this one 3-0. So stepping in, Corey Seager, and he'll face Carlos Carrasco to get the inning underway. So stepping in, Corey Seager, and he'll face Carlos Carrasco to get the inning underway. Here's the first pitch to him. Strike one to start the at-bat.
You can tell his eyes lit up at the plate right there. He was not able to control his emotions.
Here's the
Stay
first
up
pitch
the middle
to him
and keep that one fair.
Strike one to start the at-bat.
You can tell his eyes lit up at the plate
Nothing
right there. He was
count.
not
Here
able to control his emotions.
There's a swing and
Stay
a
up the middle and keep that one
for the
fair.
right field corner. Nearly a big fly to start the inning. Instead of foul ball. Count. Here it comes. There's a swing and a high deep drive headed for the right field corner. Nearly a big fly to start the inning. Instead of foul count. Ball. Here's the pitch. Line to the right side and a base hit. So the leadoff man is on to begin the inning.
Hey, a lot of smiles to go around on the offensive side. First time through the order. That's already their sixth hit today as a team.
Man is on to begin the inning.
Hey, a lot of smiles to go around on the offensive side. First time through the order. That's already their sixth hit today as a team.
Jose Altuve. Ready for another chance. Jose Altuve. From the stretch. This is line to left. That's his first base hit, making 1 for 2 now. From the stretch. They've gotten their hits in deep counts. They've gotten their hits in first base counts. Making 1 for 2 now. This has been a real onslaught.
Yeah, you can look at it one of two ways, Matty. Either they have a ton of respect for the man on the mound, and they are just going to ambush tactics. Yeah, you can look at it one of two ways, Matty. Either they have a ton of respect for the man on the mound, and they are just going to ambush tactics, and it seems to work for them. Or you can look at it the other way. They're just getting up.
The 2-run homer he launched over the wall last time. Ready to take his hacks again. Bryce Harper. As he'll look to follow up the 2-run homer he launched over the wall last time up. Yanked on the ground down the line. This gets foul. It's 0-1. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Seager yanked on the ground down the line. On at first with nobody out. It's 0-1. Seager at second. Altuve on at first with nobody out. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Right side, hit hard. Oh, a diving effort as it's off his glove. Here's the 0-2 pitch. On the recovery throw is in time to get the out at first. As it's off his glove. On the recovery throw is in time to get the out at first. What a heads-up play. Into the box, Alex Bregman. He went deep in his first at-bat. We'll see what he's got in store for us here. He went deep in his first at-bat. We'll see what he's got in store for us here. First pitch coming. Here it is. Oh, he took a big swing at that one. As this is driven out to deep left center field. Took a big swing at that one. As this is driven out to deep left center field. And it's gone. So a 3-run shot to left center. His second home run of the game. Shot to left center. It's now his second home run of the game. As they pile on, it's now 6-0.
Wow, nothing more demoralizing than giving up 3 home runs. Nothing more demoralizing than giving up 3 home runs. Having a guy's number, and then 3 innings of a game. There's having a guy's number, and then there's absolutely owning him. This could be the latter.
Now the Marlins skipper's up out of the dugout on his way to the mound. And it would appear he's seen enough of his starter this afternoon. So he'll exit here this afternoon to a smattering of booze after what can be described as really a subpar performance. Lonnie Knight is going to come on to pitch here, and in just the third inning, you have to think he'll be asked to eat some innings. You have to think he'll be asked to eat some innings.
Knight.
In now, Cody Bellinger. Into center field. Line drive base hit.
You know who's the happiest man in the building right now? Pitcher. He's got a big old smile on his face. He knows he has a six-run lead here going to work with. You can't let that take away your edge, though.
So a runner on first with one out now, and that'll bring up the always dangerous Acuna Jr. First offering on its way. On a rope to the second baseman. Through the bag. Not in time to double off the runner.
Now batting. Gets money. Run goal.
Stepping in now. Yasmani Grandal. There's a swing and a drive to hit field. To right field. Back goes Reddick. He makes the catch. But the Rockies strike for three coming on this three-run home run. We played 2.5. It's the Rockies 6 and the Marlins nothing. Here now is Jake Bowers. He starts the inning, and 6 in the early going. So what do they need to do back into this thing?
First of all, man, I think they need to start to get some base runners. It's hard to be patient when you're down by 6. Base runners are the key to getting back into this one.
Here's the pitch. In there for strike one. 0-1.
I gotta believe this is an awesome time for this pitcher to get real aggressive in the strike zone. He's got a huge lead. He knows he can try and polish up his mechanics down and away.
Fouled off.
Little guessing game going on right now, being late on that fastball after the change. He had to be sitting off speed right there.
Swing and a miss as he picks up another one. Make it strikeouts already, and there's your first down.
Pitching right there, jump ahead and count 0-2, and then outside the zone. Easier said than done. That's the way you do it.
Into the box. Lonnie Knight. Fouled away. One out, nobody on. And a fastball target here, and it's even at 1. And he fouls this one off. Here's the 1-2 delivery. And this is swung on and missed. Strikeout already, and there are two gone in the inning.
Really good late fight on that slider right there. The best ones have that late action at the last minute. They're so tough to get the bat on. And when you've got that good slider going, it's a great strikeout pitch.
Up next from Miami, Josh Reddick. It seems like this starter is just dominating the game right now. Feels like we're seeing a lot of three-down innings.
No doubt about that, Matt. I've enjoyed watching Joe about his business, but I'm also interested to see if this offense can figure out a way to get a couple of cracks in his armor before
and we'll have to leave it there. The play is made here in the inning. Miami down in order. They won't make a dent in a 6-0 deficit. Start of the fourth upcoming, but first Heidi Watney standing by with a report.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Rocky skipper Bud Black between innings, specifically about his club's output to this point. And flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. He said their ability to get on the attack and chase the opposing starter from the game prior to the fourth inning sets them up nicely for the rest of the rest of the game. He just hopes they can keep that same focus in the middle and late frames, Matt.
All right, Heidi, thank you. Now to the plate, Chris Sale. We begin the top of the fourth.
Even though they're up by early on in this one, you can't get complacent and get lazy. Keep the gas pedal down, because this team that they're playing can score a lot of runs.
And he'll take it to the bag himself. Here's a look at the final line for the Marlins starting pitcher. Not the opening day he wanted to have, unfortunately.
One of the tough things to do when you're trying to have a good pitching performance is keep the ball in the ballpark. Filling up the strike zone. He did allow two home runs.
So it's back to the top of the order now. To hit next, the speedy presence of Billy Hamilton. And a hearty cut there to begin the at-bat. It's nothing in one.
Obviously not where he wanted that curveball to end up, but fooled him enough to get the swing and miss.
Curveball, swing and a miss, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
Obviously looking to pull the baseball right there, on that off-speed pitch. This will be an interesting sequence right here. Slows him down even more, or tries to run a heater by him.
Two quick strikes, and now the 0-2. Skied into straightaway right. Reddick is back in plenty of time to put this away, however, and there are two gone.
The batter, number shortstop.
Here's Corey Seager. Two trips more thus far. Here comes the first pitch. Hit hard on the ground towards second. Throw to Bowers is going to be in time, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Rockies. They lead it 6-0. Digging in. Colin Moran put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat.
He didn't put up much of a fight either, Matt. Can't go down three pitches. I don't care if you're staring at him or swinging at him. You have to find a way to make this pitcher work a little bit harder. You have to
count even now at 1-1.
Find a way to make this pitcher work
down
a little
the
bit
line.
harder.
But this will get 1-1. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Turned on down the line, but this will get foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. Another strikeout for him on the mound, and boy, is it fun to watch him go about his business. He got him on strikes.
No doubt, Matty. He's one of my favorites.
Another strikeout for him on the mound, and boy, is it fun to watch him go about his business.
Day because of what he offers up there. It's just nasty, because many hitters that like to see this guy on the mound dominate on any given day because of what he offers up there. It's just nasty.
Sale will get the upper hand to start the at-bat here at strike 1. He was a strikeout victim in his first Jackson. As Sale will get the upper hand to start the at-bat here at strike 1. Behind 0-2 strikeout victim in his first try. Behind 0-2 now. Now a swing and a ball foul tipped straight into the catcher's glove as he's able to hold on for the second out.
Boy, this guy has really good stuff so far in this one.
Straight into the catcher's glove as he's able to hold on for the second out.
Boy, this guy has really good stuff so far in this one. Real solid 7 Ks, and we're just in the middle innings of this one. If he continues this up, this could be a real solid performance. 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch-out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch-out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. Here it comes. And it's the outside corner. It's strike 1. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And it's the outside corner. It's strike 1. And
he struck him out, his 8th punch out of the ball game, and that one ends the inning. And he struck him out, his 8th punch out of the ball game, and that one ends the inning. Not too shabby. More baseball. 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Not too shabby. More baseball. Jose Altuve. He singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. In now, Jose Altuve to deliver. He singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. 0-1 the count. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes. Crush that ball, and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. A dive, and he can't hang on. The opposite way. A dive, and he can't hang on.
There's another line drive leadoff single right now. There's another line drive leadoff single right now. Scouting report on these pitchers today. Unbelievable scouting report on these pitchers today. They're finding guys are staying in the big part of the field too much. Guys are staying in the big part of the field and hitting everything on the screws.
And now Bryce Harper. A swing and a shot down the corner. And that's going to wind up hooking just a corner. Foul. And that's going to wind up hooking just a bit. 1 for 2 so in the missed opportunity there. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Strike call. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. And it's far too late as he steals second with ease. And it's far too late as he steals second with ease.
With such a big lead, but to me, it's still too early with such a big lead. But to me, it's still too early to worry about disrespecting the other team. I've seen leads like this disappear, so they're going to keep trying to pile on. Leads off second with nobody out.
Altuve leads off second with nobody out. Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning. Called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning. He's notched his first career major league strikeout. He's notched his first career major league strikeout.
Pitcher, well, man, if he can become a consistent strikeout pitcher, you have the best pitchers at this level have at least one best pitchers at this level go into in tough situations. We'll see if he can go into in tough situations as his career goes along. We'll see if he becomes one of those guys as his career goes along.
In now, Alex Bregman. He hits it hard on the ground. In now, Alex Bregman. He can't pick it up cleanly. On the ground to the left. And the throw won't be in time as he'll be able to beat out the recovery throw. Won't be in time as he'll be able to beat out the recovery throw at 5. And I'd bet he'd like to have that one down as an E5. And I'd bet he'd like to have the error. It's now runners at first and second. And next it'll be the fleet-footed first baseman, Cody Bellinger. And next it'll be the fleet-footed first baseman, Cody Bellinger. He's set and the pitch. Left side, but well and foul. The pitch. Left side, but well foul. Drilled down the line, but this will get foul for strike 2. But this will get foul for strike 2. The 0-2 home. Strike 3 call. The 0-2 home. And now he's 1 out away from getting out of this. 1 out away from getting out of this.
Double play situation first. You expect to see a lot of pitches down in the zone. So I think that pitches down in the zone. So I think that pitch obviously the double play is more efficient. Obviously the double play is going to take a K when you're on the mound. You're always going to take a K when you're on the mound.
Standing in now, Ronald Acuna. Standing in now, swings and sends a Acuna to right field. Swings and sends a deflect to right field. On this deflect to third. And this will come in far too late. He's in there. This will come in far too late. He'll make it to second base now. And he'll make it to second base now. This game is situational hitting, guys. Nice situational hitting, guys. Nice job there.
You've got to find a way to pick your teammates up. He doesn't try to give too much right here. He doesn't try to take too much right here. Safely on second, and his buddy is high. Safely on second, and his buddy is high. Deep is straight away left field. High and deep is straight away left field. Into the upper deck. All the way into the upper deck. So it's a 3-run shot to straightaway right field. First home run of the campaign for him as they just continue to pour it on here.
Well, they've got the elevate and celebrate thing working in this one, guys. That was their fourth big fly of the game. That was their fourth big fly of the game.
This is one of those cases where I think the hitters right now, they must be seeing beach right now. They must be seeing beach balls up there already in this one.
Yeah, this lineup already in the bottom has power just oozing out of it. And this guy's missing over the harder to plate. This guy's missing over the harder to plate. That's what happens
here in this half inning. 4 runs here in this half inning. And now this ball's in the air to deep right field. This ball's in the air to deep right field. And he makes a nice catch on the track. And that ends the inning. One more look at the final out. One more look at the final out. If ever there was one. More to come from Marlins Park. More to come from Marlins Park right after this. Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th. Here's Heidi Watney. Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th. Here's Heidi Watney.
During the commercial break, I had a chance to catch up with manager Don Mattingly about the Marlins' he's pretty unhappy with their discipline at the plate in this one. He said their pitch selection has been the main reason for their struggles today. They've been swinging at pitches outside the strike zone. That's leading to a lot of soft contact and easy outs. So the focus going easy outs is on shrinking the zone and forcing the opposing pitching to throw more strikes. Forcing the opposing pitching to throw more strikes.
Thanks, Heidi. Here's Jurickson. Thanks, Heidi. He starts off the inning against a guy who struck out the inning against a guy. How to get to him here? Last inning. How to get to him here?
I'm not sure, Matt, that they want to stay as patient. They might want to start swinging a little bit earlier in the count.
First pitch of the at-bat. First pitch of the at-bat. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball one.
Hey, I hope that call doesn't throw him off his game right here. He's been pitching one heck of a game. He's been pitching one heck of a game. And I'd hate to see the umpire get in his head right now.
A ball and a strike. And he punches out another one, make it 9 for the ball game.
Boy, he's really on a roll on a hill right now. He's really on a roll on a hill right now. Remember, as we struck out the side in the last inning, he struck out the side in the last inning, and now he picks up right where he left man here. By striking off the leadoff man here. Let's see if he can keep this going for a little bit.
Next is Fernando Tatis Jr. On the ground to first. Hit well on the ground to first. And he'll step on first himself for the out.
Up next to the Marlins.
There's our line score through the first four. These guys have basically had the bats taken out of their hands. Just one hit to this point. Digging in to try it again. One thus far. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Sales ready. First pitch on the way. Sales ready. First pitch on the way. Slider is laid off on the inside. He's close to having another quick inning right there. He's close to having another quick inning right there. Very economical with his pitches. He's been very economical with his pitches. And if he continues to go like this, the bullpen might get a day off. That evens it up 1-1. And it's fouled away. No runs, just one hit, and one error so far for the Marlins. And he will strike him out. And he will strike him out. And the inning is over. The ball game and the inning is over. The Marlins. 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins. Down 10-0. Starting to look bleak. Down 10-0. Danny Farquhar gets the call to pitch here, and he'll try to sort this mess out. He'll try to sort this mess out. He's going to try to at least eat a couple of innings for his guys. So the batting order turns over now and set to go. Billy Hamilton set to go and get things started as we begin inning number 6. First offering on its way. He'll try to bunt his way on as he gets this one down. Bunt his way on as he gets this one down. Throw beats him. And the all-stand beats him at first, and that's a tough play. At the plate, Corey Seager. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Was a ground out victim last time. First pitch coming, here it is. First pitch coming, here it is. Took something off that one and it's strike one. Took something off that one and it's strike one. He's set. Here's the 0-1. He's set. Here's the 0-1. For Profar at second. Here's one for Profar at second. And that's the second out. And that's the second out.
Now batting. The second base. Now batting. The second base, Jose Altuve.
Digging in, Jose Altuve. Digging in after reaching on a single in his last time up. Reaching on a single in his last time up. First pitch on its way. First pitch on the ground towards short. And that's in there for a base hit. And that's in there for a base hit. His third hit of the game.
3 singles, not a bad night. Take 3 singles every day of the week.
Yeah, in today's day and age, Dan, where everything's a homer, everything's refreshing to see this guy throw out 3 base hits. To see this guy throw out 3 base hits.
Here's Bryce Harper now. There's a swing and a high deep drive. There's a swing and a high deep drive. This one will bend. This one will bend. Plenty of distance though as it landed in the upper distance though as it landed in the upper deck. Oh, here's a shot out to right center. Oh, here's a shot out to right center. Altuve ignores his coach. He's chugging for his coach. He's chugging for home as they extend their lead even further. I'll tell you, they're posting video game numbers here. They're posting video game numbers here. I mean, they're showing no signs of slowing down. They're showing no signs of slowing down. Just an absolute onslaught from this offense. Will stand in again as we flash you back to the early stages of this ball game. Still finding their seats as he launched his second home run of the game. He was off to a fast start indeed. He was off to a fast start indeed. Tatis from the outfield grass. From the outfield at first, but he's called up on the side of his return. But he's called out on the side to settle for one. Rockies forced to settle for 9-1. We'll see 8-9-1. Due up in the bottom of inning number 6. 11 Rockies lead this one 11-0. Ready now for the Marlins. Jake Bauers. Ready now for the Marlins. Start things out in their half of the 6th as they line up shake things up here as they line up shake things up here has been non-existent today. Has been non-existent today.
Completely overmatched at this point. Completely overmatched at this point. I mean, what else can you say about the pitching they face? What else can you say about the pitching they face? We'll see if that continues as we approach the later inning. His command of the corners in this start has been pretty exceptional. He's mixed east and west really well. He's mixed east and west really well. It's a big reason why he's had success.
Unable to find the zone with the slider.
That was a pretty good 2-strike slider right there. That was a pretty good 2-strike slider right there. And the umpire too. Would fold him. And the umpire too.
Still 1-2. Still 1-2. And he struck him out. And there's strikeout number 11 in the strikeout number 11 in the ball game.
They're going to go up there and try to be aggressive off this guy, but he's taking full advantage of that. He's taking the zone advantage of that. And right now we're seeing a lot of swings and misses. Now we're seeing a lot of swings and misses and no walks either.
Daniel Descalso move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started here with one gone in the inning. Started here with one gone in the inning. Fastball called for strike 2. Fastball called for strike 2.
0-2.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch right now. And even dozen strikeouts for him in the ball game. Dozen strikeouts for him in the ball game.
2 down on strikes in this inning. He looks really sharp out there, guys. He looks really sharp out there, guys.
Ready.
Back to the top of the Miami lineup now and stepping in the Miami lineup now and stepping in 2 tries for him so far. A hit in 2 tries for him so far. Here's the first pitch to him. Here's the first pitch to him. Looked like the fastball got away from him there. Looked like the fastball got away from him there.
You can tell by the look on that manager's face. He's obviously frustrated right now. But it's a long season. You're going to have a lot of ebbs and flows with your offense. You're going to have a lot of ebbs and flows with your offense. Does he take a step back and relax a little bit, or does he call a team meeting right after this one? Or does he call a team meeting right after this one?
The 1-0 home. The 1-0 laid off, but in there for strike 1. Laid off, but in there for strike 1. Reddick behind a ball and 2 strikes.
Man, this has been a game filled of a lot of swings and misses. Not very many confident swings, and this team up there, they'd swing at a butterfly right now if it flew in front of the plate. Lots of swings, lots of misses, a lot of ugly at-bats for this.
Well, the first baseman is tires the side. So another good inning for him on the mound. 6 shutout innings now. 7th inning coming up. Rockies lead it 11-0. Welcome back to South Florida. This one pretty much all over, but the shouting as we check our game summary to see how we've gotten to where we are. Thomas Warner enters now in a mop-up role as he'll try to keep the deficit right where it is.
Thomas Warner.
Stepping up now, Cody Bellinger is looking for hit number 3 here in this at-bat.
Number 35, Cody.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Margot facing back at the track. On the warning track, he makes the catch.
Now batting.
Had to go a long way to make that running catch, and here it is again with the show track data. Took a great angle at it, showed nice closing speed, and ended up running close to 120 feet to bring it in. No doubt that grab saved extra bases. Into the box, Ronald Acuna. Fly ball out toward left center field. Margot calls off the left fielder as he takes charge for the second out.
Now batting, the catcher, Yasmani Grandal.
Stepping in, Yasmani Grandal. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point.
Yeah, that last at-bat, Batty, he turned that fastball around. He didn't hit it a ton. He didn't hit it a country mile. But, hey, listen, a home run is a home run.
Fly ball right down the line in left. Jackson coasts under it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. So nothing happening this time around. Time to get up and stretch here in Miami. It's the Rockies 11 and the Marlins nothing. Ready now, Colin Moran. Been a strikeout victim twice in this one.
Starting to run out of time. They haven't been able to score any runs as we're moving late into this one. A perfect time for this leadoff guy to try to get on base and ignite a rally.
fans on your drive home. Don't forget to tune in to AM 1750 for a full recap of our ball game. And of course, lots of debate.
First pitch of the at-bat. And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike one.
Not a bad idea right there. Make this guy work and see if he can throw the ball over the plate. Throws the first pitch for a strike. They need to get some runners on base, and not a bad plan. Unfortunately, the pitcher came in with a strike on the first pitch.
Bounce towards the second baseman. And that's through for his first base hit in this one.
We take a look at the numbers up to this point. You see he's only given up 2 hits so far today, so he's been hitting his spots all game long. Remains to be seen if he can keep that shutout intact going forward, but I'm not betting against him.
Coming to the plate now, Chris Jackson. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. From the belt, the pitch. Good pitch there down below the zone. Got him to go after it.
Hey, this is a perfect opportunity for them to get on the board right now. Leadoff man has done his job. Now the middle of the order gets their shot at the plate.
Here's one that you don't see too often, right? Safe at second base, but out at first. Great hustle there from the runner going into second. Really showed off his speed.
Into the box now, Salvador Perez, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike one. Salvador Perez behind in the count, 0-2.
Now on 0-2, I don't think we're going to see any more hittable fastballs. If we see one at all, it'll probably be extended out of the zone, or at least that'll be the intent.
No runs, 2 hits, and 1 error so far for the Marlins. Got him. As he just continues to mow down these hitters. 13 strikeouts now.
I always like watching pitchers that attack with their fastballs until there's a reason to start mixing it up. He hasn't needed many of his secondary pitches so far in this one, and there was another good fastball for a strikeout there.
Stepping in now, Jurickson Profar. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Hamilton is under it. And that ends the inning. 1 left for Miami. They trail in this one 11-0. So here now is the pitcher, Chris Sale. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Chris Sale.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. High in the air down the right field line. And foul. With this one almost in the books, the story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Well, Matty V, I don't know what your thoughts are, D-Roll, but boy, when the weather starts to warm up and the ball starts jumping out like this, it's clear that the pitchers need to start making better pitches.
Yeah, just great approach. No one really chased today. Really stayed staunch on their ability to get that pitcher to come into the heart of the plate, and they did damage with it.
Well, there are blowouts, and then there are blowouts. And this, folks, is a blowout as you get a look at our line score. It's not often that you see a road team come into this place and put a whooping on these guys like the one we're seeing here tonight. So the Rockies lineup turns over, and to the plate, Billy Hamilton, struggling so far in this one and looking to erase his 0-for-4 ball game right here. Jackson going back on it at the track, the wall. Out of here into the visitors' bullpen. A solo shot here to left. First home run of the campaign for him as the blowout continues. In now, Corey Seager. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. And it's a foul ball. 2 hits in 4 attempts to this point. Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2. This is pulled into right, but he'll barely have to move out there in right as he hauls this one in for the second out.
Now batting, the second baseman, Jose Altuve.
Now at the plate, Jose Altuve. He singled his last time up. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. This is skied into short left center. Jackson moving to his left, and that's the third out. So 1 run here on 1 base hit, the home run, no errors, and no one left. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. The Rockies are out in front, 12-0. Coming to the plate now, Fernando Tatis Jr. He leads off their half of the 8th, and they've been unable to get that starter out of the game to this point.
Yeah, he settled in early on the mound, partly due to the lead his guys gave him to take some of the pressure off. He's taken that and pitched very effectively in this one.
Throw on to first, and 1 shortstop grounds out to the other, 1 away.
Not a lot you can do with that pitch. That fastball just ate him up inside and gets the soft grounder for the out.
Now here it comes. Fastball that gets the inside corner, strike 1. In there, and it's 0-2 now.
He's feeling it out there on the mound, just getting the ball and throwing it with a lot of confidence right now.
Struck him out and make it 14 punch-outs now in the game.
Matt, just about everything he's doing is working. All of his pitches, great command, great location, and the big key, with 2 strikes, he's attacking the zone.
Standing in now, Jake Bauers. Swing and a liner. That gets down, and the inning will continue. And this one will bounce into the wall. And he will pull into second with a 2-out double. As we take a look at his numbers, a couple of things jump out at you.
And here's the thing from a pitcher's perspective. You look at this line and you think, wow, he's been sitting guys down all game long, and that's true. But on the flip side, his pitch count is up there. You have to wonder if he might be starting to get a little bit tired in this one.
Yeah, and in today's game, everyone seems to want to err on the side of caution in terms of pitch counts. And nothing will come of the 2-out double as the inning is over. Danger averted following the 2-out double. Back with more on opening day after this. Michael Feliz comes on to pitch now, hoping for better results than the other arms that they've run out there in this one. So here's the cleanup hitter, Bryce Harper. It was an RBI double for him in his last turn to the plate.
Yeah, it's been an offensive explosion for him today. There's a fight at the bat rack. Everyone seems to be putting barrel on baseball in this lineup.
High in the air out to center field. Margot on his horse. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out.
The third baseman,
digging in once again, Alex Bregman. 2 home runs already to his name in this one, and we'll see if he could possibly strike again. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. This is in the air out to right field. Reddick is over to his right as he puts this one away, 2 down.
The first baseman, number 35, Cody Bellinger.
Ready for another shot now, Cody Bellinger. It was a flyout for him in his last trip.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good.
And the throw to first is there. The inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for Colorado. But they lead it by a count of 12-0. Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Josh Reddick. He's going to lead things off in their half of the ninth as they try to avoid the dreaded shutout.
It's never a good feeling to get shut out. And over the course of the season, it's bound to happen a few times. They've just been overmatched by good pitching.
First offering on its way. And that's by him. It's 0-1.
You know, we haven't seen that pitch from him in a while, but it looks like he's got pretty good feel for it. If he's going to pick and choose when he's going to use it, he could steal some strikes that way.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Got him. And that's number 15 for the ball game.
Now batting, the third baseman.
Digging in and looking for more, Colin Moran. First pitch coming. Here it is. Good off-speed pitch. Had him out in front for strike one. That's strike two on a well-placed changeup around the knees. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And he struck out again. That's the third time he's gone down on strikes in this one.
Good heater to strike him out there, and he looks absolutely locked in to start this inning. That's back-to-back punch-outs on only 6 pitches.
Into the box now, Chris Jackson. As he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. And there's a called strike two, as now they're down to their final strike this afternoon. Miami down to their last strike. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Yeah, and we knew he was in a groove from the first inning, and he just kept this thing rolling and rolling and rolling. They couldn't get anything going against him. A dominant performance with a complete game shutout.
12-0, the rather convincing shutout final score. The Rockies jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Chris Sale gets the win on the mound, his first of the year, and it's a dandy, a complete game, 3-hit performance. Carlos Carrasco permitted 6 earned runs to come across in the losing effort. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney down on the field, and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. Thanks for watching MLB Network.
Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And we remind you to please drive home safely.
Inside the Show with Justin Allegri.
TGIF, and welcome to Inside the Show. Starting out in the NL West, Chris Sale earned the win while punching out 17 batters as the Rockies defeated Miami 12-0. The Diamondbacks grabbed 13 hits in the game as they pushed past the Dodgers at Chavez Ravine 5-3. Aaron Nola got the victory on the mound, throwing 8 strong innings and allowing only 1 earned run, helping the Padres get the win over the Giants 3-2. The Metropolitans allowed only 5 hits in the game as they took down the Nationals in Washington 5-1. The Phillies totaled 13 hits as a team as they took down the visiting Braves 6-3. The Reds put together 10 total hits as they sank the visiting Buccos 5-3. The Milwaukee Brewers combined for 10 hits as a team as they got the best of the visiting Redbirds 9-7. The Houston Astros pounded out 17 hits in this one as they took down the Rays in St. Petersburg 12-2. Austin Hedges had an outstanding 5 hits at the dish as the Tigers wiped out the Blue Jays 8-4. The New York Yankees totaled 11 hits as they took down the visiting Orioles 8-5. Brian Thomas tossed a dominating complete game shutout as Kansas City disposed of the Chi Sox 4-0. The Cleveland Indians pitched well, allowing only 3 hits as they defeated the Twins in the Twin Cities 5-1. The Angels got 11 hits overall as they defeated the A's in Oakland 5-2. Marvin Randall got his first career win as the Red Sox downed the Mariners 2-1. The Texas Rangers launched 3 home runs as they nabbed the win against the visiting Cubs 8-3. And that's what's going on around baseball heading into today's action. Join us again tomorrow for more updates from around Major League Baseball.
First opened back in 2012. We're live inside the cavernous Marlins Park in Miami. Time for Game 2 of the regular season between the Colorado Rockies and the Miami Marlins. Stay tuned for Marlins baseball next. Jose Barrios, the right-hander out of Puerto Rico, will be the starter. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, Matt, thanks. Coming on Jose Barrios, and this guy has all the tools to be a great one. great velocity with life. 94 to 97 miles an hour. Power slider, and it's a big sweeper. His changeup is getting better. If this guy brings all three pitches one of these days, he has the potential to throw a no-hitter.
Here comes perhaps the fastest man in baseball as Billy Hamilton strides forward to get this ball game underway. Fouled off. Guys, this Marlins ball club, as they begin play here tonight, they didn't get it done here in front of a big opening day crowd, but they'll look to get back on track here.
Yeah, Matty, I know it's not do or die. It's only game 2 of the season, but you never want to drop the home opener, and you certainly don't want to find yourselves 0-2 when you leave the ballpark today.
Runs up and gets this one down, and he will smartly swipe that ball away in foul territory, so we likely won't see the bunt again now with 2 strikes. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Jackson has a beat on it, and that's the first out of the inning. And a moment now to peek at the Rockies starting lineup. Dan Plesac, who are you focused on?
Well, you really have to appreciate what Jose Altuve brings to this team. I mean, this guy is a career 300 hitter. You talk about consistent. He delivers a good at-bat and clutch hits basically every time he walks into the box. I love watching this guy.
Here's Corey Seager, lifetime against Jose Barrios. He's 1 for 3. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. High in the air out to center field. Margot's under it. He's got it, and there are 2 down now.
Batting third, the second baseman, Jose Altuve.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and striding in the speedy second baseman, Jose Altuve. First pitch on its way. And oh man, that caught him pretty good there as it ricochets toward the third baseline. And they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely. And time now to see quite where that got him. And it appeared from up here at least, and his actions on the field confirm it. It looked like it got him on his drive leg, which could be problematic, of course, for him. But from the way he's trying to walk it off, I think he's going to try to continue. And now Bryce Harper hoping to stay hot. He had a couple of hits, including a home run yesterday. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. And that one is gone. A 2-run home run here for Bryce Harper. Second home run early in the year as the Rockies have taken a 2-0 lead.
I know hindsight's 20/20, but you can't throw that pitch to that guy. Don't forget, he homered yesterday, so you know he's locked in and ready to roll up there. We'll see if he learns from that mistake.
That is it.
And that'll bring up the former first-rounder Alex Bregman. He swings and grounds it to short. Throw to Bowers is going to be in time, and the side is retired. But the Rockies push across 2, both coming on this 2-run home run. Bottom of the first coming up from Miami. It's now 2-0 Colorado. Jacob deGrom is on the mound for game 2. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
200 strikeouts on the season last year. That's not an easy thing to do. You definitely consider this guy a strikeout pitcher. And if he brings the same stuff that he had last year into this new season, we could see more than 200 strikeouts 2 years in a row.
So stepping in, Josh Reddick. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Here comes the first pitch. Hit hard on the ground to second. Altuve fields it cleanly, and the throw to first is in time. 1 gone. We have a moment here in Miami to take a look at the Marlins starting lineup. What's the key for a home victory tonight, D-Row?
Well, Matt, this lineup finds themselves down 2 runs. Nothing crazy. Everyone relax. Stay within the game plan. Find a way to execute and get 1 run on the board and get back in this.
So digging in now, Colin Moran. He'll get to take his first cuts here. First pitch of the at-bat. Fouled away. Now, boys, we take a look at the Rockies starting play here tonight. They were the spoilers here on opening day as they took game 1 of the season on the road.
Yeah, Matty, not easy to start opening day on the road and grab a W in the opponent's ballpark, but that's what happened, and they come into game 2 with a chance to set the tone in this series.
So let's take a peek at our umpiring crew in this one. Working the plate is Larry Bullard.
Hey, behind the dish, D-Row, Larry Bullard. Pretty standard guy. Works it. The only problem, I think, at times, hitters have a little bit difficult time. He'll give a little bit on that inside corner and outside corner. Not very consistent.
Yeah, but Larry's approachable. That's the one thing. If you turn around and say, is that as far as you're going on the outer half, he's usually going to tell you.
Into the box, Chris Jackson. As it's on the ground toward the hole. Oh, and he can't come up with it.
Man, errors are never welcome. But to make one with 2 outs in the first is especially painful. Now your pitcher has to make extra throws, and that could make the difference in how long he lasts in this game.
Here's the catcher, Salvador Perez. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. First pitch of the at-bat. Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike 1.
Well, if you can throw it for a strike consistently, a first pitch changeup is effective. Hitters are almost never looking for it.
Salvador Perez behind in the count, 0-2. A pause, and the 0-2. Skied into straightaway right. Harper has a read on it. And that retires the side. Marlins leave 1. They trail things here 2-0. So that'll bring in the National League rookie home run record holder Cody Bellinger. He had a couple of hits in yesterday's contest.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build.
He pulls this one high and deep to right center field. And it's gone as they add still another. It's a solo homer for Cody Bellinger. First home run of the campaign for him. And the Rockies have now taken a 3-0 lead.
Man, you could see the center fielder tracking the ball the entire way. He thought he had it, and he might tell you he should have had it, but he just couldn't bring it back into the yard. Sometimes it's a game of inches, folks.
And here's Ronald Acuna Jr. now. Line to shortstop, and there's one away.
Check out the Miami Marlins on defense. And I'd like to focus on Salvador Perez, the man who dons the tools of ignorance behind the dish. He's a clubhouse leader. He's one of the best pitch framers in the game. He's like a soft blanket back there for this pitching staff.
Now in the box, Yasmani Grandal. Here comes the first pitch. Out in front as this is pulled foul into the seats. Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole, 0-2.
He's been getting lit up all game, and there's a common denominator. He keeps missing right down the middle of the plate. Case in point with that last one.
Still no balls and 2 strikes. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Tough curveball that time, but he's able to make a little contact to keep this at-bat going. Ready with another 0-2. Stays alive, still 0-2. Another 0-2 home. Not surprisingly here, this is on the ground to the right side. Oh, and he has some trouble with it.
Well, if you're going to bobble a ball, you have to hope it's when a guy is lumbering down the base pass. He's no speedster, so that was a good job to stay calm and make the recovery throw.
In now for Colorado, Jacob deGrom, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. High in the air down the right field line. But this will wind up being a foul ball. The pitch. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Profar ranging into the outfield. He's there to make the play, and that'll retire the side. But the Rockies add one more to their lead, and it comes via the solo dinger. On to the bottom of inning number 2. It's now a 3-0 Colorado lead. Up next is Fernando Tatis Jr. He was hitless in yesterday's shutout loss, as were many of his teammates.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
No balls and a strike to count. Behind 0-2 now. deGrom. He's the kind of pitcher that a lot of pitching coaches and managers really appreciate, and that he rarely issues the free pass. He's a strike thrower.
Yeah, Matty V, and I think every pitching coach and every manager loves to have a guy like this on his staff. He won't beat himself. He'll make you put the ball in play, and he's not afraid to get his defense allowed. He's a pitch-to-contact guy, and that's one of the keys why he's been able to be such a good pitcher at this level.
And that misses ball 1.
Well, he punched out the last guy, but he didn't get any favors from the blue on the first pitch in this at-bat. Probably should be ahead of this hitter instead of behind.
There's a belt-high strike to even the count at 1-1.
Well, that's a tough pitch to take right there, right down the middle. But I think that happens when you're facing a good pitcher like this guy. The last thing you're expecting is one right down the pipe, and unfortunately, he let that one go, and he'd like to have that pitch back to take a good swing at that one.
He takes strike 3 called on the fastball. Couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
Yeah, as they say, there's a hole in his swing in that location, so a good job there of exploiting that. That can be real hard for some guys to overcome when teams start figuring out what locations you just can't handle.
And that'll bring up Manuel Margot, as he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. He'll attempt to put the ball in play for a change here, with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning. Slider whiffed on for strike 3. A great pitch to put an end to the inning. Miami down in order, still down 3-0. Back to the top of the order now, and in to hit next, the speedy presence of Billy Hamilton. Ripped down the first base line, but a foul ball here. 0-1. One strike offering now to Hamilton. There's a swing and a high deep drive headed for the right field corner, but it bends just foul into the second deck. And he lays off the curveball. Strike 3 called, and that's going to be out number 1.
Up next for Colorado, the shortstop.
So 1 away now in the Colorado third. And up next, the former All-Star shortstop, Corey Seager. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. And that's going to wind up hooking just a bit foul, so a missed opportunity there.
Hey, great swing right there. I know the ball's foul, but he absolutely laced that pitch right there. He's just got to stay back a little bit longer.
And he's going to make the play over toward his right, and there are 2 away now.
That's one of those tough luck outs that'll drive you crazy as a hitter. He drove that fastball, but couldn't get it down, so he has to take hard contact as a consolation.
Into the box now, Jose Altuve. First offering on its way. Line drive to center field. Margot is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Rockies, but they lead it 3-0. Here now is Jake Bauers. He starts off the inning against a guy who struck out the side last inning. How did they get to him here?
I'm not sure, Matt, that they want to stay as patient. He's been throwing a lot of strikes. They might want to start swinging a little bit earlier in the count.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And he got him out in front that time. Strike 1.
Man, this has been a game filled of a lot of swings and misses. Not very many confident swings, and this team up there, they'd swing at a butterfly right now if it flew in front of the plate. Lots of swings, lots of misses, a lot of ugly at-bats for this team right now.
Behind 0-2 now. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Tried to get him to go after one below the knees, but it's 1-2.
Tried to get him to chase that 0-2 curveball there, but he wasn't biting. Very well could see it again here, though.
The 1-2. And he fouls this one off. Now another 1-2. And this is swung on and missed. 5 quick strikeouts now, and that's your first out of the inning.
Boy, he's really on a roll on the hill right now. As we roll through it again, remember, he struck out the side in the last inning, and now he picks up right where he left off by striking off the leadoff man here. Let's see if he can keep this going for a little bit.
First pitch of the at-bat. And it's fouled away.
A reminder to those fans sitting in the lower levels behind home plate. If any of you decide to get on your cell phone and wave to your friends, you will be immediately subject to imprisonment of no less than 20 years. We thank you.
Marlins are still on the lookout for their first hit of the ball game. Boy, he comes back with a beautiful pitch there, and he's dominating this at-bat. It's 0-2 now.
I'll tell you, if I'm on the hill, I'm throwing that changeup again. Didn't look like he picked it up very well out of his hand.
A ball and 2 strikes to the Marlins pitcher. Boy, and they cannot touch him right now. 5 straight strikeouts on the ledger, and there are 2 away.
Man, he is looking flat out unhittable on the mound right now. That's 5 straight punch-outs. I love it, but I think he might want to get his defense involved at some point so they don't fall asleep.
Stepping in is Josh Reddick, as he will swing and miss on a fastball on the outer half. It's strike 1. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. This is popped up. Grandal over to his right, and that'll put an end to the inning as he brings it down on the warning track. 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins. They trail it here 3-0. Here's Bryce Harper now.
And that last at-bat when he went deep, he turned around a pretty good fastball. So I'm kind of thinking this guy's a good fastball hitter. So I might want to move that ball up and down and in and out and try not to throw it right down the middle of the plate.
Starts him out with a curveball for a strike.
Okay, I see where this guy's going, right? He wants to pitch backwards, a little 0-0 curveball. Don't be shocked if this hitter's sitting.
Meanwhile now, this is a drive out to straightaway right field, and it's going to get out of here. A home run. A solo home run off the bat of Bryce Harper. His second of the game, as the Rockies have taken a 4-0 lead.
Well, if you're going to give up a towering blast to one of the best players in their lineup, it's better to do it with no one on base. It stings, sure, but a solo shot isn't going to be the deciding factor in a game.
Stepping in now, Alex Bregman, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Fouled off. Fly ball out to straightaway right. Reddick has a read on it, and that's the first out of the inning.
The first baseman, number 35, Cody Bellinger.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Cody Bellinger. 1 run in and 1 gone so far this inning.
The last at-bat, Matty B, we heard this guy's a good fastball hitter. He got a fastball and didn't miss it. We'll see if they pitch him a little bit differently this time and mix in some off-speed pitches.
Not in time, and he's in there with a double.
Now, this is the way you want to start off a series. We haven't even hit the weekend yet, and he's on the board again, this time with a double. This is going to be a good 4-game set for him if he can keep this up.
Standing in now, Ronald Acuna, as he swings and hits a laser to right into the slide, and he comes up with a great catch for the second out. And no tag at second. He'll head back there with 2 away now.
The catcher.
That's a slick play out there as we take a look at it on show motion. He was charging in quickly, and he slides to get under the ball just before it reaches the ground and gets the out. Well done.
Here's the catcher, Yasmani Grandal, as he'll take a tough pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Comes set with the 0-1. There's a swing and a high, deep drive headed for the right field corner. But this one will bend foul.
Had plenty of distance, though, as it landed in the upper deck.
Big swing by Grandal, and a ball carrying well to right. And that one is gone on a 2-strike count with 2 away in the inning. A 2-run blast to straightaway right field. Second home run early in the year. As they pile on, it's now 6-0.
I can tell you one thing. You might get away with throwing a ball in that location in the minor leagues, but when you get one up like that in the zone right over the plate against these guys, you're going to get exactly what he got, a really bad result.
Well, now the Miami manager's up out of the dugout and on his way out to the mound. And we're going to see a pitching change, as that's going to do it for his starter here tonight. So as he leaves, I would imagine these fans would not be much pleased with his performance here this evening, as he certainly was not sharp. Danny Farquhar answers the call from the pen here in the 4th, as they didn't get the outing they were hoping for from their starter.
Farquhar. Now back, the pitcher, Jacob.
Into the box now, Jacob deGrom, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. So far, 0 for 1 with a flyout. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Hit on the ground down the first baseline. Grounded back up the middle. Throw to Bowers is going to be in time, and the side is retired. So 2 home runs in the inning lead to 3 runs on the scoreboard. To the bottom of inning number 4 we go. Colorado's out in front, 6-0. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Colin Moran. He starts the inning, and Dan, they're down 6 in the early going, so what do they need to do to claw back into this thing?
Well, first of all, man, I think they need to start to get some base runners. It's hard to be patient when you're down by 6, but base runners are the key to getting back into this one.
First offering on its way. And a fastball's in there for strike 1.
I got to believe this is an awesome time for this pitcher to get real aggressive in the strike zone. He's got a huge lead. He knows he can pound and try and polish up his mechanics down and away.
And there's your first out of the inning.
Now batting, left fielder, Chris.
Standing in, Chris Jackson. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1. No runs, no hits, and no errors in the game for the Marlins. Sent on the ground out to second. There is Altuve, and quickly there are 2 away.
The catcher, number 13, Salvador Perez.
So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Salvador Perez. And Dan, it seems like this starter is just dominating the game right now. Feels like we're seeing a lot of 3-up, 3-down innings.
No doubt about that, Matt. Hey, I've enjoyed watching him go about his business, but I'm also interested to see if this offense can figure out a way to get a couple of cracks in his armor before it gets too late.
Yeah, that remains to be seen.
I mean, this is the classic case of ambush tactics at its finest, but this is getting a little ridiculous.
And the catcher grabs it to retire the side. The inning is over. Miami down in order. They still find themselves down 6-0. Welcome back. Heidi Watney standing by as we get set for the top of the 5th.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Rockies skipper Bud Black between innings, specifically about his club's offensive output to this point. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. He said they're doing an excellent job with pitch selection, meaning they're swinging at the right pitches and doing damage with them. The numbers back that up. 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet, guys.
Okay, thank you, Heidi. So the lineup flips over and digging in, Billy Hamilton. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Lifted in the air out to center field. Margot's on the move. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out. Here's a look at the final line for the Marlins starting pitcher. Not the night he or his club were hoping for.
Well, you could see right from the get-go that he didn't bring his A game. Had a very difficult time getting through the lineup, and as a matter of fact, wasn't able to even get out of the 4th inning. So the bullpen's going to have to do a really big job of finishing out the rest of this game.
Here comes the first pitch. Lined hard toward right center. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
Boy, sometimes they say you hit it hard, good things will happen. Well, that's not the case right there. That was a bullet that just stayed up and is caught in the outfield.
Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve, as the changeup to him drops in there for the first strike. He's working on a 1 for 2 game so far. Now a shot toward the gap in left center. And this one bounds around against the wall. And he'll coast into second here with a 2-out double.
You don't get too many pitches a day in the big leagues middle cut. His eyes lit up right there. This pitcher's lucky he's not getting another ball from the umpire.
So next it'll be the number 4 batter for the Rockies, Bryce Harper. 2 home runs in 2 at-bats so far and looking to add to that here. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Chopped up the line to first. Now the 0-1. Fastball called for strike 2.
Hey, 2 tough pitches right there and expect more of the same. With that guy standing out on second base, you don't want any RBI scoring right here. With that base open at first, he's going to grind out and try and get this guy to swing at something outside the zone.
Well hit. Deep down the right field line. And this is called a foul ball. Maybe by a matter of inches that time. And now let's hold on a second here. It looks like the umpires are going to converge, and there may be some question as to whether or not that was really a foul ball. You can see him pointing down the right field line, and I would not be a bit surprised if they decide to go inside to have a look at this, and indeed they will do that. Okay, the umpires have emerged from the dugout with the ruling. And it is going to remain a foul ball. So they had it right the first time. But if there's any doubt, go inside and get this thing right. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. And this will wind up being nothing more than a long foul ball, and it'll hold the count at 0-2. Now he drops a changeup on him. Strike 3 called, and a great pitch there to retire the side. Danger averted following the 2-out double. We're back to Friday Night Baseball on the show after this. Welcome back to Miami as we check in with Heidi Watney.
Matt, during the commercial break, I had a chance to catch up with manager Don Mattingly about the Marlins' offensive production. And one thing he mentioned to me was the lack of discipline he's seeing out of their at-bats right now. He said their pitch selection has been the main reason for their struggles today, as far too often they've been swinging at pitches outside the strike zone. That's leading to a lot of soft contact and easy outs. So the focus going forward is on shrinking the zone and forcing the opposing pitching to throw more strikes.
For the Marlins.
All right, thanks, Heidi. Digging in, Fernando Tatis Jr. He leads off in the bottom of the fifth as they look to break through on the scoreboard for the first time in this one.
Yeah, baseball is a game of adjustments, and it's time they start making some. They don't need to change their entire approach necessarily, but now is maybe when they start thinking about ways to get the guy on the mound out of his rhythm a bit.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. In there, and it's 0-1.
0-1.
Here's a late swing and a miss, strike two.
Can you boys say next? Who's next up to bat? Because this guy's done. You cannot fall down 0-2 to one of the better pitchers in the league and expect to get a base hit.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And a fastball swung on and missed as they set him down for the second time here tonight.
He's just ringing up strikeouts left and right. But what's really impressive to me, he hasn't walked anyone either. He's just pounding the zone. His stuff is dirty today.
Here's Jurickson Profar.
As he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory.
0 for 1 for him here in this one. The windup and the 0-1. Hit hard to the right side. And he'll step on first himself for the out. A look at our line score to this point, and I'm almost certainly jinxing things by pointing it out, but it's worth mentioning that 0 in the hit column through 2 outs here in the fifth. So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and that'll bring up the versatile center fielder Manuel Margot. Pitch on the way. Down the third baseline, but this is foul for the first strike. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
Hey, this offense needs to check themselves right now. They have to find a way to get somebody on base and get this guy out of the stretch and make him a little bit uncomfortable. I mean, they're one strike.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins. They won't make a dent in a 6-0 deficit. Now to the plate, Alex Bregman. He'll start things out now in the top half of the 6th.
Alex Bregman.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Oh, started him with the change, and it's 0-1. And he takes strike 2. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out.
Well, he certainly wasn't intimidated on the mound right there. He had to stare down a really good hitter, and instead of working around the zone, he challenged him with 3 straight good pitches. I like that he didn't give his opponent too much credit.
In now, Cody Bellinger.
as he rips it on the ground to second.
And that'll get on through into center, and he's got himself a one-out hit.
Dan, with that single, he's now 3/4 of the way to hitting for the cycle. Toughest one. still on the shelf, though. He's got to get a triple.
Yeah, that's you said it, D-Row. That's one of those that's either got to hit right down the line or one of those tweeners in the gap. He has enough speed, so if he can find a gap or find one down the line, maybe he can do it, and he's going to at least get one more at bat in this one.
0 for 2 from him so far in this one. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Back goes Reddick. A leap, but it's off his glove. And they'll have runners at second and third following the one-out double.
The good news for pitchers in this park is that it doesn't give up many home runs. A lot of room in the outfield. Sometimes that's the bad news as well, though, because there's a lot of space for hits to get down and to go for extra bases just like that.
Stepping in now, Yasmani Grandal. There's a swing and a high, deep drive headed for the right field corner. And nearly a 3-run shot. Instead, it's a foul ball. Here's the 0-1. Tried to crush that ball and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Another one sent foul.
I always say hitting's a process of elimination at the plate. I think he could go ahead and eliminate changeup. 2 in a row back to back. I don't think there'll be a third.
The 0-2 once more. Swing and a screamer, but this one's not going to stay fair. Swing and a miss, and they'll dodge a major bullet that time. 2 away.
Now batting, the pitcher, Jacob.
Striding into the box, Jacob deGrom. And a chance now to increase his lead if he can deliver something here with 2 gone. First pitch coming. Here it is. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Margot's on the move. And a great diving effort there, but it'll just tip off his glove, and it's a base hit. The tag, and they'll get him at second. And with that, the side is retired. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and no one left on base. To the bottom of the 6th inning. Rockies lead this one 8-0. Now at the plate, Jake Bauers. He'll get things started here in the second half of the 6th.
We're moving through the middle of this ball game right now. If they want to get things going, how about trying to get some base runners on or at least get a base hit? They don't have any hits going into this part of the game.
Watches a fastball right there for strike 1. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2. Bauers, 23 years old. He was a 9th-round pick back in the draft of 2019.
Hey, this guy's got a chance to be an absolute steal. Being drafted where he was, there are definite signs that he has a chance to make an impact at the big league level.
Well, this pitching staff has done a pretty good job right there. That's the 4th time he struck out, and we're only in the 2nd game of this series.
Daniel Descalzo will move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started here with 1 gone in the inning.
Daniel Descalzo.
And a strike called at the knees, 0-1. No runs, no hits, and no errors in the game for the Marlins. Descalzo behind 1-2.
You know, Matty, I'm not surprised by that pitch. Raise the eye level a little bit. Maybe we get something bouncing in the dirt right here.
The 1-2. Hit back up the middle. Seager gloves it. Throw in time at first for out number 2.
When the guy in the mound is working on a no-no this late, every play is exciting and stressful for the fielders. We'll see if they can continue making the plays behind him.
Stepping up to the plate, Josh Reddick. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. No balls and 1 strike. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Oh, got him to swing out of his shoes on that one. 0-2.
This offense is going to have to find a way to get going. It's happened in the past. Every team goes through it where everyone seems to fall into a funk at the same time. Everyone needs to relax and not try.
And the shortstop is under it to make the play, retiring the side. So he's through 6 full now, and he has yet to surrender a base hit. 7th inning coming up. It's the Rockies 8 and the Marlins 0. Welcome back to South Florida. This one pretty much all over, but the shouting as we check our game summary to see how we've gotten to where we are. Thomas Warner enters now in a mop-up role as he'll try to keep the deficit right where it is.
Thomas Warner.
Billy Hamilton will be the first one to greet him as he'll have to turn around and bat from the right side of the plate here.
Billy.
Third baseman in tight, protecting the bunt. The first pitch fouled away. One strike offering now to Hamilton. High in the air down the right field line. But this will wind up being a foul ball. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Runs up and gets this one down. And with strike 3 recorded there, he's notched his first career major league strikeout.
Well, man, if he can become a consistent strikeout pitcher, you have to figure his career is going to be a solid one. All the best pitchers at this level have at least one pitch that they can go into in tough situations. So we'll see if he becomes one of those guys as his career goes along.
Here's Corey Seager. As he takes a called strike at the knees, it's 0-1. One out, nobody on. Called strike, 0-2.
These are the at-bats that can just flat out frustrate you. You go up there with a plan to work the count, and now you find yourself down 0-2, scratching your head because every quadrant's open for the pitcher now.
Profar is under this one, and that's out number 2.
Now batting, the second baseman, Jose Altuve.
2 away now in the Colorado 7th, and striding in the speedy second baseman, Jose Altuve. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. So Bryce Harper will get a chance to hit here this inning following the base hit.
Hey, this guy's obviously seeing the ball right now. That's another hard hit single. 3 for 4 right there. He's looking super solid at the plate.
Bryce Harper will stand in looking for home run number 3 as we take it back to inning number 4. And this was his second home run of the game as he's been dialed in so far in this one. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Hit softly down the line at first. Throw to Bowers is going to be in time, and the side is retired. One hit, one left. Time to get up and stretch here in Miami. The Rockies are out in front, 8-0. Striding in once again, Colin Moran. He was retired after popping out in his last at-bat.
Yeah, I don't mind him trying to drive the ball in the air, but he can't collapse the backside, and that's exactly what he did in his last at-bat. Look for him to stay a little taller and keep that upper half a little bit more over him.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And he fouls this one off. Nothing in one count. Here it comes. Swing and a miss out in front of a changeup.
I think a big reason why he's been so effective in this one, that he's been just about getting ahead of every hitter.
There's a swing and a ball hit in the air, and a ball that he got every stitch of, as that one, without a doubt, is gone.
Well, they're not there yet, but a solo homer to lead off the inning will do wonders for any team's confidence. We'll see if the next few batters can continue the comeback effort here. Just need to string some good at-bats together now.
Now batting.
Standing in now, Chris Jackson. Lifted down the line in left. And they can't run it down. 0 for 2 for him to this point. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Sets the target low here, and it misses 1-1. Looked like the fastball got away from him there. It's ball 2.
Hey, I appreciate the fact that he's making him throw a few pitches. Most of his teammates have been hacking at everything that comes their way.
And he struck him out. The 10th victim set down on strikes thus far.
Boy, that's really disappointing for a guy that has wheels, right? All he wants to do is get on base and take advantage of the strength of his game, which is his speed. But with a strikeout right there, you can't get on first base if you strike out.
Into the box now, Salvador Perez. He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. The windup and the 0-1. Waved at and missed, and he's behind 0-2. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And he struck him out. And there's strikeout number 11 in the ball game.
This tells me a lot about this guy. He's done a real nice job bouncing back from that home run to strike out the next two guys. Sometimes you're going to get taken deep, but it's all about how you respond that really matters.
In now, Fernando Tatis Jr. And a swing from him yields a foul pop out of play to the right.
No hits to this point. Good changeup there as he takes command. 0-2.
Hey, nice job of bouncing back after the leadoff homer. 2 quick outs after the bomb, and he's got a chance to get out of this.
And he's got another one here. 12 punch-outs now in the ball game, and that'll end the inning. So it may be too little too late, but they're on the board here in the late going. 7 complete here tonight. Still a lopsided affair at 8-1 now. Settling in now, Alex Bregman. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once.
Alex Bregman.
First offering on its way. Called a strike on the outer half. 0-1. With this one almost in the books, the story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Well, Matty V, I don't know what your thoughts are, D-Roll, but boy, when the weather starts to warm up and the ball starts jumping out like this, it's clear that the pitchers need to start making better pitches.
Yeah, just great approach. No one really chased today. Really stayed staunch on their ability to get that pitcher to come into the heart of the plate, and they did damage with it.
So he punches him out looking at the fastball. Alex Bregman goes down to become the first out in the 8th inning. So one gone for the Rockies here in the 8th, and that brings in the former National League Rookie of the Year, Cody Bellinger. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And he takes a pitch right down the middle. Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble. Around first, he's digging for second. And he'll pull into second with his 4th hit of the ball game.
Well, lefty on lefty, this is a tough matchup, but he stays in there, keeps that front shoulder closed, and just rips the pitch for a 2-bagger. Nice job of defying the odds there.
Into the box, Ronald Acuna. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Calling for it, Jackson. And he makes the catch for the second out.
Up next,
8-1 our score as you look at our in-game line score. This one pretty much all over but the shouting. Digging in now, Yasmani Grandal. Runner in scoring position with 2 gone. Here comes the first pitch. And that's cut on and missed. 0-1.
Hey, boys, you talk about getting your A swing off. That's what it looks like right there. A guy with massive power letting it eat.
Line drive to center field. Margot will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. 1 left for Colorado, and it remains an 8-1 ball game. Standing in, Jurickson Profar. He leads off their half of the 8th, and they've been unable to get that starter out of the game to this point.
Yeah, he settled in early on the mound, partly due to the lead his guys gave him to take some of the pressure off. He's taken that and pitched very effectively in this one.
That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
He's feeling it out there on the mound, just getting the ball and throwing it with a lot of confidence right now.
Count remains at 0-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Started to go. They'll look for the appeal down to third and ring him up, says the third base umpire. He's gone.
The center fielder, number 7.
So striding in, Manuel Margot. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. First pitch of the at-bat. Looked like he tried to pull it there, but he swings right through the fastball. Strike taken up in the zone. Still no balls and 2 strikes. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Grounded softly down the line toward first. And he'll just tag the runner himself for the out.
Sometimes for a first baseman, the best thing you do is just go ahead and tag the guy like that. Hey, there's a lot more that can go wrong when you try to throw to the pitcher or the second baseman covering.
So 2 gone now in the Miami 8th, and Jake Bauers comes to the plate. First delivery to him on the way. A high fastball is in there.
You know, Matty, when I first broke into the league, you wouldn't see that high heater first pitch right out of the gate. But I think there's been a change in philosophy here. Back in the late 90s, early 2000s, guys wanted to attack you more east-west, get you leaning left-right. Now you're seeing guys attack in a philosophy more north-south. Just with launch angles and exit velocities, I think guys are afraid to throw that sinking fastball for fear that guys are just going to run their barrel into it. Not the case with the high fastball.
Change up, and he ain't buying it. 1-2.
Well, that's a smart miss there. Sometimes guys will chase it down there, especially when they're in protect mode on an 0-2 count.
2 out, nobody on. And he's going to add to the total. 14 punch-outs now as that ends the inning. Miami down in order. It's still an 8-1 ball game. Into the box now is the Colorado pitcher, Jacob DeGrom. And he's going to add to the total. 14 punch-outs now as that ends the inning. Miami down in order. It's still an 8-1 ball game. Into the box now is the Colorado pitcher, Jacob DeGrom. He was thrown out at second trying to stretch a base hit into a double in his last at-bat.
Yeah, Matty, his wheels got him in trouble a little bit last time. Tried to take advantage, thought the defense was napping a little bit. In retrospect, maybe he should have just shut it down and steal second base.
Chad Pinder will try to get his club a little ninth inning insurance as he'll grab a bat to pinch hit, leading things off here. Swing, and there it goes. He got all of this one. Gone to lead off the inning. So a solo shot down the line in left. First home run of the campaign for him as they've widened this lead to 8 now. Fans are getting plenty of souvenirs today. That's the 5th ball we've seen clear the fence by just this one lineup alone.
Yeah, Matty V. How about this, D-Row? If you come to watch offense, you pick the right game to come and see.
5 bombs from one team. Everybody in the lineup. They're making fun right now of the guys who don't have a homer in this one.
Billy Hamilton is next as he finds himself behind 0-1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
You know, it's great to be patient, make a pitcher work and all that stuff to try to get walks, but you have to be ready to hit. And that was a really hittable pitch, and now you've got to deal with an 0-2 count.
This is skied into the air to straightaway center. Margot's under it, and that's the first out of the inning.
The batter, number 5, shortstop, Corey Seager.
Ready once again, Corey Seager struggling so far in this one and looking to erase his 0-for-4 ball game right here. Lined hard toward right center. And he'll lay out to make a spectacular catch. Wow.
Great jump on that ball hit to the gap in right center field. A great diving catch. One of the better plays you'll see.
Standing in now, Jose Altuve. And he'll promptly send it in the air out to center field. Profar is there, and the side is retired. But the Rockies add one more to their lead, and it comes via the solo dinger. Last chance coming up here for the Marlins. It's the Rockies 9 and the Marlins 1. Russell Martin will get up off the bench to lead off the home half of the ninth, and they've certainly got their work cut out for them here, so he'll just need to work on getting aboard.
Now pitching for the Rockies.
So the call's gone out for the right-hander Mark Melancon as he'll take over on the mound. And here's a called strike to the 36-year-old veteran. It's 0-1. And there's a swing and a miss by Martin as he falls behind now, 0-2. Pitch on the way. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone. And there are the final numbers for the Colorado starting pitcher. He was on point from the get-go this evening.
A brilliant performance, Matt. If he has a manager and a pitching coach, all you can ask for is your pitchers to be rock solid, and he was in this one, only allowing 1 hit.
At the plate, Josh Reddick. His career numbers against Melancon. He's 2 for 4. He also has 1 home run. Reddick waiting, and now the pitch. And it's fouled away. Melancon, originally from the Centennial State of Colorado. He was selected in the 11th round back in the draft of 2019.
Man, coming out of the late rounds, you have to grind for everything. Nothing is given to you. And this guy has turned himself into a very solid big league ball player. That's a big accomplishment.
First offering on its way. First pitch is a cutter looked at, 0-1.
Oh, man, he's got a chance to strike out the side on 9 pitches. 7 down, 2 to go.
Melancon looks in. Here's the 0-1. And this is swung on and missed, so now they find themselves down to their final strike tonight.
And there's number 8, 1 away.
Miami down to their last strike. swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
It seemed like everyone had a hand in this win, and that's usually the case when you win a game by 8 runs. Feels good to dominate a game like that.
9-1 is the way this one ends. The Colorado Rockies blasted 5 home runs en route to victory. Jacob deGrom earns his first win of the season as he turns in 8 strong innings of work. Jose Barrios struggled and gets the loss after giving up 6 earned. So that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plezak, and Heidi Watney, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Twitter at MLB The Show.
The final line score for our ball game tonight. For the
Inside the Show with Justin Allegri.
Happy Saturday morning to you. Here's the news and results from Friday. Starting in the National League West, the Rockies totaled 13 hits as a team as they manhandled the Marlins 9-1. The Los Angeles Dodgers got 12 hits in this one as they took down the visiting Diamondbacks 12-8. The Giants held the opposition at bay with only 4 hits as they grabbed a victory over the Padres at Petco Park 5-3. The Cardinals knocked out 10 hits as a team as they took a victory against the Brewers in Milwaukee 7-1. The Tigers racked up 11 hits as a team as they beat the Blue Jays in Toronto 4-3. The Rays shortstop, number 6, grabbed 3 runs driven in as the Rays took down the Astros 4-0. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim pounded out 17 hits in this one as they defeated the A's in Oakland 13-6. The Boston Red Sox bested the Mariners in Safeco Field 2-1. And that's what's happening around the baseball world heading into today. Join us again tomorrow for the latest from around Major League Baseball.
MLB The Show's coverage of Major League Baseball brings us to the great state of Florida and Marlins Park in Miami. Game number 3 of this new season between the Colorado Rockies and the Miami Marlins. Almost time for these two to square off right after this. Michael Wacha gets the ball in Game 3 of the series. What's your take on him, Dan?
We're looking at one of the top pitchers in the league right now. ERA just above 3 last year, which is saying something. This guy commands the strike zone. He's not afraid to throw strike one, controls the running game. A real solid pitcher. And if he pitches like he did last year, expect more of the same in this campaign.
Ready now, Billy Hamilton. And we are set for baseball here this evening. Fastball in there for a called strike. Guys, this Marlins ball club, as they begin play here tonight, they come in a real funk to start the year. Still searching for what's been an elusive first win.
Yeah, Matty, this team has taken it on the chin the first 2 games of this series, getting blown out in each game. They need a better effort in this one.
No doubt about it. I think things haven't gone their way, and this is the time to turn things around now, Dero. It's been an ugly series up to this point, and they need to turn it around pronto today.
And there's a line drive, base hit to left field. And now the Marlins will have his terrific speed to contend with at first right out of the chute.
Hey, that's why this guy's in a leadoff hole. Grinder, battler, whatever you want to call him. He is not afraid to go deep in the count. He is not afraid to hit with 2 strikes, and he showed it right there.
Lifted the other way out to left. He gets there and makes the play for the first out. And a chance now to check out the visiting Colorado Rockies. Dero, how do they lock up a series victory here on the road?
Well, Matt, this goes for both lineups. They know they're dealing with a tough test in a pitcher's park, but they can't let that bother them too bad, or they'll walk out of here a 3-4 game set, 0 for 12, 0 for 15. They have to find a way to stay within themselves, line drive approach. One will carry out of here if they get it.
So 1 gone in the inning here with the runner at first. And striding in the speedy second baseman, Jose Altuve. And a pitch out, nothing doing though, and that's ball 1. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Patrick Johnson.
Yeah, Dan, we got Patrick Johnson behind the dish tonight. Fairly standard strike zone most of the time, but he's definitely a pitcher's umpire.
I always felt like this. He'll give a little bit on the corners, both inside and outside. I think he's a fair umpire, but I would rate him more as a pitcher's umpire than a hitter's umpire. The good news for pitchers in this park is that it doesn't give up many home runs. A lot of room in the outfield. Sometimes that's the bad news as well, though, because there's a lot of space for hits to get down and to go for extra bases just like that.
Here's Bryce Harper now. Great chance to drive in a run here in the early going. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Big swing, but he just gets a piece of it. Strike 1. Comes set, and the 0-1. Now he goes the other way, and he got a lot of it high and deep to left center field. And this ball is gone. No chance to make a play on that one. A 3-run homer here for Bryce Harper. 4th home run here in the early going. And the Rockies have now taken a 3-0 lead.
Well, it's obvious they didn't change their scouting report after yesterday's game. He had 2 bombs yesterday and another one today. Hey, this pace can't continue, but he's going to ride this wave as long as he can.
And that'll bring up the former first-rounder Alex Bregman as it's grounded sharply to first. And they'll flip it to the pitcher covering for the out.
Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 35, Cody Bellinger.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and that brings in the former National League Rookie of the Year, Cody Bellinger. First pitch on its way. Hard on the ground towards short, and that finds its way through for a base hit.
Boy, this guy is off to some kind of series, and he's one of the better road hitters in all of baseball.
Dan, some guys just have a knack for lighting it up on the road, getting that good night's sleep, and finding a way to get to the yard early and work on their craft.
And here's Ronald Acuna Jr. now. He swings and sends a bullet to right field, and that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit, and that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
You'll only see about 10 of these pitches a year. The changeup on a tee in the middle of the plate, but tip your hat to the batter right there. He did not come unglued, stayed within himself, and drove it for a base hit.
Here's the catcher, Yasmani Grandal. Line toward right center. Reddick is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. But the Rockies strike for 3, all coming on this 3-run home run. Bottom of the first coming up from Miami. It's now a 3-0 Colorado lead. Blake Snell, the southpaw out of the state of Washington, will be the starter. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Talk about impressive. How about an ERA under 2 last season for this guy? If he continues to pitch like that this year, he's going to put himself near the top echelon of pitchers. Not going to be an easy thing to do, but we'll see how he starts out in this one.
Stepping in is Josh Reddick. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Here's the first pitch to him. Oh, and that one slung through the strike zone that time at 98, 0-1. Well, boys, we take a look at the Rockies' starting play here tonight. They come in feeling good as they're 2-0 to start the new year.
Yeah, Matty B, they've come out guns a-blazing so far in this series. Won the first 2 games of this series in blowout fashion. Nothing they'd like more than to win Game 3 of this series and continue their hot winning ways.
Yeah, Dan, there's been a fight at the bat rack. They have really come alive on the offensive side and look to continue that today.
Time now for a glance at the Marlins lineup card in this one. Who are you focused on, Dan Plesac?
Well, Matt, you know they're getting a lot of production out of that number 2 spot right now. He's certainly a guy to watch out there in this lineup. Everything he does makes them click. When he's swinging the bat well, they just go.
So coming to the plate, Colin Moran. He'll get to take his first cuts here. In there, no balls and a strike.
Wow, there's a pitch right there that this guy would like to have back. Very rarely do you see a pitcher of this quality throw one right down the middle, and boy, he took that one. He'd like to have that one back and be able to take a good hack at that pitch.
High in the air down the right field line. Harper is back near the stands as he hauls it in for the second out.
Batting third, the left fielder, Chris Jackson.
Now at the plate, Chris Jackson. First cuts for him here with the bases open and 2 away. First offering on its way. Swung on and missed. It's 0-1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. On a line, that's a base hit. And there's probably no happier person in the ballpark. Chris Jackson has just collected his first hit in the big leagues. And as is customary, there's the ball being sent into the dugout. Someone will tuck it away for him to put in his trophy case.
Yeah, good for him, and congratulations. Listen, he's worked his entire lifetime for this moment, and he's obviously trying to play it cool right now, but you can bet inside his head, he's on top of the world.
Here's the catcher, Salvador Perez. He'll look at a fastball in there on the outer half. It's 0-1. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. Hit on the ground out to short. On to Altuve for the force out, and the inning is over. 1 left for Miami. They trail in this one 3-0. Next to hit will be the pitcher, Blake Snell.
The pitcher, Blake Snell.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. A bouncer to the left side. Throw to first will be in time, and there's one gone here to start the second.
All right, here's the defensive alignment for the Miami Marlins. And let's take a look at multi-dimensional Jurickson Profar. This guy at one point was the #1 prospect in all of baseball. Hasn't come to fruition the way we would have liked, but he is constantly grinding, the ability to play multiple positions and hit from both sides of the plate.
So it's back to the top of the order now. And in to hit next, the speedy presence of Billy Hamilton. First delivery to him on the way. Hit hard on the ground to second. Fielded cleanly. Oh, and he overshoots his first baseman as it's over his head.
Man, this throw is nowhere close. As we take a look at it, you could see it sail high and down the right field line of the bag. Not sure he rushed the throw or he just lost the grip as it left his hand, but he's not going to be happy with himself about that throw.
Here's Corey Seager. And a pitch out. Nothing doing, though, and that's ball one. And a good heater as he just watches this baby, a ball and a strike. He broke out the slide step there, Danny.
Yeah, he's clearly thinking about the steal right here. Didn't happen, but the cat-mouse game continues on.
One pitch is a circle change. It hits the target 1-2. Hamilton leads off first with one away. Line towards center field. Margot is there. Two gone.
Now batting, second baseman, Jose Altuve.
Trying to pick things up where he left off. Jose Altuve. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here.
Yeah, give me a repeat performance of that last double. With a man on first right now, let him run, get you a ribby.
First pitch of the at-bat. And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike.
Hey, I don't mind you taking one right there. This pitcher's been struggling early. You got to make him work, see if he'll get in his zone. If he's willing to walk a few guys and then someone pops one over the fence, this game could get out of hand early.
Here's the 0-1. Line drive, base hit into the left center field gap. They'll add on to their total as the run scores all the way from first.
Well, we've already had some hard-hit balls in the first two innings here, and here's another one. Absolutely jumped off his bat and into the outfield, bringing another run home here in the early going.
And now Bryce Harper as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike one. Another RBI spot for him. He's already got 3 in the game. Harper behind with an 0-2 count now.
He certainly hasn't been the aggressor in this at bat. 2 straight takes, so now we'll see if he can change his approach and battle up.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Popped him up. Perez is under it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Rockies do get a run in the inning on this RBI double. We'll go to the bottom of the second. It's now 4-0 Colorado. Here's Jurickson Profar. He went hitless last night in a game where his guys could push across only one score.
Lots of baseball left in this one as we're still early on, but you don't want to fall too far behind. They're already down by a bundle, and one of the things you want your leadoff guy to get on and set the table for the big boys to start driving in some runs.
In there for strike one. And this catches the zone as well. It's 0-2 now.
Sort of surprising to see a 5-hole hitter take 2 in a row for strikes to start an at-bat. Now he's way behind the count, so we'll see if he can battle back.
The 0-2 once more. Stays alive, still 0-2. Now a fastball here that'll wisely lay off, and it's 1-2.
You know, Matty, I'm not surprised by that pitch. Raise the eye level a little bit. Maybe we get something bouncing in the dirt right here.
Had to sit back on the changeup, and he did a good job to get the bat on that one.